Yeah, it's 5, right? Let me just... You want to make sure my volume is good? All right, cool. So am I good to start whenever? All right, I'm ready. Hello and welcome to another edition of Otterbein Men's Soccer on Otterbein TV. It is Otterbein Cardinals tonight going up against the Marietta Pioneers. And for Otterbein, this is their first game and their return home 2 games of the regular season. And they look to snap their 2-game losing streak while Marietta has won the last 3 meetings between the two teams. And the last Otterbein win in 2012. And for this season so far, the 5 Cardinal players have scored 3 goals this season, and freshman Tristan Kovac currently leads the team in points with 9 and assists with 3 to pair with a trio of goals. Starting goalkeeper Colin Hoffman has been one of the best goalkeepers in the OAC as a freshman this season. He's only given up 10 goals, and his goal-to-game average is .84 with a save percentage of .67. I'm going to go ahead and give you the starting lineups now for Otterbein. Freshman goalkeeper Colin Hoffman. Number 2, John Boardman. Number 3, Zach Barwick. Number 5, Eric Juarez. Number 6, Noah Coons. Number 7, Nate Norris. Number 8, Jaden Lunger. Number 10, Ross File. Number 13, Tiger Pham. Number 19, Zach Lewis. And number 24, Gavin Corner. And for the Marietta Pioneers, number 0, Tyler Scholl. Number 3, Cole Papp. Number 6, Brent Huck. Number 8, Adam Fox. Number 10, Luke Mayer. Number 13, Taylor Reisner. Number 14, Zach Johnson. Number 17, Andy Rolfes. Number 20, Noah Laliberty. 24, Sebastian Ziha. And number 29, Alex Gruss. This game, the Marietta Pioneers coming in at 9-7-1 on the season with 4-3 in the OAC, while the Otterbein Cardinals come in at 7-6-3 with a 2-4-1 record in the OAC. And Marietta, a team that has had a stronger season so far, currently in 4th place in the OAC, while Otterbein doubles that position in 8th place. And coming into the game, it's Marietta Pioneers and coach Joe Burgeon in his 4th season, who are led by Taylor Reisner, who has 21 points on the season. And like I spoke before, for the Cardinals, it's going to be Tristan Kovac with 9 points, who leads Otterbein. And really, coming into the game, Taylor Reisner seems like one of the players that Otterbein's really going to have to shut down. 9 goals on the season, and of course leading his team in points as well. But he doesn't lead his team in assists. That's going to go to Cole Pappas, who currently has 5. And Otterbein, they'll have 1 game remaining after this one. They'll play just 4 days from now against Mount Union at the time, and it'll also be in home. And, well, for Marietta, it's been a pretty decent season for them, and looking to make an OAC playoff push here, sitting in 4th place in the standings, just under Capital and then Ohio Northern. And, of course, at the top of the conference is a John Carroll team who only has no losses, 6 wins and 1 tie on the season. As all the players begin to take the field, and it'll be Otterbein who have the opening kickoff here between Nate Norris and the forward. And the ball is kicked off, and now Marietta and Otterbein just battling early here. The game, it'll go to Zach Barwick, trying to find his teammates throughout the middle of the field. Good play from Otterbein, really keeping possession, but Marietta with a quick clearance and now a counterattack, and really a player you want to watch out for. He's on a breakaway already. This could be a bad start, and it's up and over the bar. And excuse me, it was cleared away by Colin Hoffman. Some perception on my part, but nevertheless, Marietta retaining the possession, trying to get another great effort like that. And of course, the effort there was from Taylor Reisner, really the big player for this Marietta team going forward. Of course, I spoke about it earlier, but he's got 21 points and 9 goals on the season. As the ball still just frantically moved around the Otterbein half, and finally they'll clear lines, but immediately back into the possession of Marietta, and well, finally Otterbein may look to get some possession, but this afternoon is now it's Marietta who try a long ball down the sideline, but in the end it'll roll out for a goal kick for Otterbein. And start for Marietta here so far. The possession has been pretty much entirely in their favor, outside of a few frantic clearances from Otterbein, and Otterbein will look to play it quickly on the goal kick here. And a poor pass is going to create another turnover for Marietta. But right back into the possession of the call. And he'll go downfield, and it's a great down for Ross File. Intercepted by Marietta's back line, and a great defensive play by the outside back there to stop that run. But great recovery by Otterbein, and a poor pass to finish off the recovery, and now Marietta again will take the ball down the field. A huge punt, and there it is again. It's going to be Reisner trying to do something, but great defense. And in the end, looks like a foul was actually given, so it'll be an Otterbein kick. It must have been an offsides call, I believe, and that's what it looks like from the side official. But nevertheless, a great run. And of course, Taylor Reisner going to be very dangerous. Really one of the players between both teams in this match. As Marietta win possession again. Back and forth play between the two teams here early, and Otterbein really looking to kind of retain some possession with a great switch down the field, but in the end, the pass following it, not very good, and in the end, it'll be a Marietta position once again, and a battle with Noah Coons. Eventually goes Otterbein's way for a throw-in. Now Otterbein carrying through the middle of the field. Nate Norris will be the one. Now eventually it gets out to Russ File outside. Great ball down the sideline. Will be lofted in, but a great defensive stop by the Marietta outside back, and that'll win Otterbein the first corner of the night. And a real chance for them to put something in here with junior forward Gavin Corner, who really one of the players on the field. When you look at the heights, it certainly could be an aerial threat here. This ball being ready to be lifted in by Tiger Pam, and it's a low line cross to the front of the box, and really no chance for Otterbein on that cross to retain the possession, and it'll end up just being kicked back into the box by Barwick, and they've retained possession here just outside the box. Norris, who plays a called a Tiger fan, but it's retreated and retrieved by the Pioneer defense, and a nice step by Barwick to slow down Marietta attack, and in the end Otterbein winning the possession again. And really so far in this game it's been struggle for either team to really get any good chances. Of course, Taylor Reisner had one very early in the game, but since then possession has really slowed down, and we've really seen more controlled possession at that. Just about 5 minutes into this game, still 0-0 between the two teams, and a great ball here. And there could be a chance on goal here. He's going to have a shot, and it's a great save by the keeper, and now Nate Norris has recovered it just inside the box, but it's cleared away. but not quite out of danger. The shot is coming in, and it's a great save by Tyler Scholl in the end, the junior goalkeeper Marietta, and 2 good saves from him on this possession for Otterbein. And some great link-up play from Nate Norris and Gavin Corner. And Kerner back on the ball, but great battle with Marietta, and he's going to win it in the end. And now here comes the pressure once again. Deep ball for Eric Juarez-Manning, but Juarez-Manning never really had a chance, and Taylor Reasoner will be the one that secures, trying to bring it forward. It's a good battle down the sideline. Taylor Reasoner's got the better of him so far, and a nice little bump, some physical play from the outside back of Otterbein, and good and legal at that, says the official. This play continues on for Otterbein, and a great ball touched forward, and File trying to take it the field, but it's great defensive recovery by Marietta. That one dead in its tracks. Some back and forth play between the Marietta wingers, and in the end it's an offsides call. That's going to bring this one back and give it back to possession for Otterbein, but a couple of good chances for Otterbein here in the last couple minutes, and no reply from Marietta outside of the offsides call that we just saw moments ago. Ball cleared downfield. It's going to be Kerner that wins it, but Scholl, an easy recovery, and he'll push his team upfield. And really good effort so far from the keeper for Marietta. He's already had to make 2 or 3 good saves in this game. But Marietta looked to continue the pressure on the offensive side. It'll be a very long shot, and Colin Hoffman did have to hit the ground for it, but never really looked to be a problem for him. One of the better goalkeepers in the OAC this season, only allowing 10 goals. And really just a lot of passing Marietta as they retrained possession. Ball tried to send through for Reasoner, and they seem to really be forcing it to him, and seems to be like their best shot, really, because he's got some electrifying speed and agility. And really some great natural ability on the ball already we've seen in this game. And it looks to be very dangerous for Marietta forward again. But a great defensive stop. Juarez-Manning now trying to lead a counterattack of some sort. It's going to go outside for Noah Coons, who brings the ball up the sideline. And some great footwork to retain the possession there and not forcing anything, which is what you love to see from an outside midfielder, who, especially one like him who's so pacey and so crafty. Being very passive. And he tries to send Filer through, but in the end, Filer will win it. A great win from him. Norris trying to do something with it. It'll go to Juarez-Manning. Back to Nate Norris, who still has the possession. And a plow up and over, but it's actually going to stay in, and Noah Kuhn has a chance to cross this one back in. It goes back in. Nate Norris fighting for the ball. And in the end, it was a great battle, but won by Marietta's defense, and now comes Taylor Reasoner on the other side. But Otterbein quick to snap that up, and back we go through the feet of Russ Filer. The ball whipped in towards the back post. Noah Coons does retain it, keeps it in bounds, trying to do some fancy footwork. And it's Juarez-Manning who gets on the end of the diving header, and a goal for Juarez-Manning. 1-0 to Otterbein here with 35 minutes to play. It's Otterbein who have struck first here against a Marietta team that really a lot of people think would have been the better team coming into the game, but it was a sensational cross, and in the end it gets to the head of Eric Manning on a diving header, and Otterbein have taken a 1-0 lead. And of course, coming into the game, like I said before, Marietta team with a better record, but Otterbein so far in this game have really looked like the better team as far as creating chances. And you can see there a created chance goes their way through the head of Juarez Manning. So Marietta will have to respond now. And a ball through, trying to find Reasoner, but can't. Nate Norris in a battle, and in the end, learn Otterbein a throw in. Took a little bit of a knock there, but doesn't. Just had a slight limp as he ran, but he's really just jogged that off at this point. And the free kick being taken, switching, and it'll be Noah Coons who wins it to Boardman. Now Coons trying to find a pass in the middle. Go to Tiger fan, now to Nate Norris. But some great pressure from Marietta, and he'll touch for Reasoner, who's not going to get there, but the ref's going to see the advantage called off, and it'll be in a very dangerous position for the Marietta Pioneers, and really now a chance for Marietta to equalize. And wouldn't be surprised to see Reasoner on it, but as I say that, it doesn't look like Reasoner's going to be taking this one. It looks like it's going to be either Cole Pappas, the freshman, or potentially Adam Fox. But based on the body language, it looks like Cole Pappas is going to be the one to take it. And just as I say that, Cole Pappas will be the one to take it, but it'll go up and over. And it'll hit the field goal post, excuse me, and be a goal kick for the Otterbein Cardinals. Of course, Otterbein up, 33 minutes to play, I should say. On a goal from Juarez Manning that came after a great cross and a diving header finish that really was very well done. And Kerner trying to make a play there and retain the Otterbein possession in the end, so nothing lost for this Otterbein team so far. They've looked very good in the game, especially against an opponent who, of course, on paper, one of the top teams in the OAC. As File tries to make a play, but it'll be Marietta who in turn will win a throw-in off of it. Nate Norris battles for a header, and it ends up going off of him, and another throw-in now for Marietta, just moving the ball slowly downfield. Some quick passes from Marietta, trying to open up some space, but Otterbein doing a good job of staying organized here, not allowing anything downfield, being very disciplined. But it earns them a turnover, and now Juarez Manning trying to play Kerner, but a little bit behind it. Marietta, first ones to get there from it, but a horrible, and now Tiger will be the one that recovers. Ball outside to Noah Coons. And a missed touch from him, but he ends up earning a throw-in for Otterbein. And a great play just to really force it off the player of Marietta. Barwick lifts it in the air. It's a great ball for Noah Coons and a first-time effort. And it's just off target, but I mean, what a ball there from Zach Lewis on a pass that really looked like one of the passes I've seen in this game and maybe in a while. It was a great ball, pretty much full field length, and Noah Coons in the end has a shot that just goes wide of the post. And Marietta can breathe a relief because really going down 2-0 this early in a game could spell a lot of trouble for them. But on the Otterbein side, of course, a 2-0 lead would make it very comfortable for them. But hopefully not comfortable enough that they get lazy. At least that's the hope. If you are Coach Darcy in his 28th season at Otterbein, he's left a real legacy here. And free kick now for Marietta after a Noah Coons handball, and he says it was unintentional. Free, just conversing with him a little bit about it. But no given for now on the handball. And the free kick deep into Otterbein territory, but under Otterbein's control in the end. And Noah Coons trying to make a move, but the ball stolen right back. And it'll be Tiger foul trying to defend now. Boardwick, and a great pass, and now a cross can come in for Marietta. But Nate Norris, the first one to respond, and now deep ball to about the 50-yard line, but Marietta really the only player there to receive it. And after a lot of kickball, it ends up in the possession of Colin Hoffman, the goalkeeper for Otterbein, the freshman from Olentangy High School. And another deep ball, and this one again on the end for Noah Coons. He'll have a shot first time, and it's into the back of the net. What a chip from Noah Coons from so far out. It looked like at about the 18 box. And Otterbein has double the lead now here, 2-0. And that's the time we've a huge chip ball. And Noah Coons doesn't miss twice and makes them pay. And now a 2-0 lead here for Otterbein. Some sub the game for them. And now with 29 minutes to play in the first half, it's Otterbein who look to be in complete control of this affair. And really, what a chip from Noah Coons. The technique there is just picture perfect. The goalie, little high off his line, trying to decide if he wanted to rush for the ball or not. And in the end, he does neither and pays the price as a Noah Coons chip sets him up and leaves him standing. So Marietta now have a lot of work to do to get back into this game, and really all the momentum and all the confidence on Otterbein's side right now. And a free kick for Otterbein at about the 30-yard line. Lawrence Manning standing over it currently, but he'll make his way to the box. And potentially a very dangerous kind of corner set piece for Otterbein here, and you're looking at Kerner to get his head on it, one of the taller players on this team and maybe on the field in general. As the ball lifted in, Kerner goes up for the header, but in the end it's Noah Coons who has a zipping shot, but wide of the box. And really Noah Coons has been one of the most impactful players. Obviously scored a goal already, but a lot of play linked through him. He's got just so much pace, and it makes him such a dangerous player, especially on the outside, just beating outside defenders like it's his job. Marietta back down the field. Kerner went up really awkwardly for that ball in the air, and in the end it goes right past him. But Otterbein do retain the possession. Excuse me, it looks like it's not going to hit that Marietta forward, so it will be Marietta's ball still. And another Marietta throw in. And a free kick called now. I'm not really sure what the call is for. There didn't look to be any more than a little bit of arm play back and forth between the two players, but in the end it looks like Otterbein's going to be the one penalized, and Marietta will have a nice free kick opportunity, and another one where it's really just setting it up as a corner. So Pioneers looking to capitalize on this as the ball is lifted in. The header battled for by Otterbein, and Otterbein's going to win it in the end in a nice clearance. And now here comes the Otterbein counterattack, but just as I say that, Marietta puts it right back in And really just some back and forth heading right now between the two sides. In the end, it'll be an Otterbein throw-in. And some great defense on the set piece from Otterbein. And it'll go quick to File, whose first touch is attempted to be a turn, but doesn't quite get from it. But a throw-in again nonetheless, so take what he can get. And Zach Barwick will take the throw-in once again for Otterbein. But play blown dead. And the ref exchanging some words with, it looked like, Noah Liberty of Marietta. In the end, it's going to be Otterbein again. Painting possession through Nate Norris. Now to Juarez Manning, and he'll look outside for Noah Coons. First time ball back into Juarez Manning, but not good enough in the end, and Otterbein will turn the ball over. But some poor play from Marietta. And Otterbein have received another free kick here out of about the 40-yard line. It looks like it'll be Tiger Pham who stands over it. Pham lifts the box. And an easy catch in the end. Tyler Scholl, the goalkeeper Marietta. And really, Tyler Scholl has been tested. Well, really hasn't passed the test, to be fair. Conceding 2 goals in really the first 20 minutes or so of play. Otterbein have gotten the better of him. And really, you can't take it all away from him. His defense has not done a very good job defending. And, of course, he's the one that pays the price for it. Run. Again, get possession. A great touch from Noah Coons. That's fantastic. And he finds Juarez Manning down the sideline. And Juarez Manning just trying to control possession. Noah Coons now. Some great footwork. Ends up keeping it alive. Now Kerner to Norris. Outside to Coons. And Coons will look to whip this one in. Coons, back post, Norris. And in the end, Otterbein a very dangerous cross. And Norris almost got on the end of it. And now we'll see Pao Piang step into the game, as well as Costa Poilis for Otterbein. And Pao Piang, one of the big-time freshmen here for Otterbein, of course, had started a couple games this season, but now coming off the bench to try to act. And one of the players that Coach Greg Darcy very high on as far as the future of this Otterbein team, and well, he really should be, just from what we've seen from him so far as a freshman. And in the end, it'll be a free kick. Or excuse me, a goal kick for Marietta. And Otterbein have a 2-0 lead so far in this game. 22 minutes to play in the first half, and seen a goal from Juarez Manning and Juarez Manning and Noah Coons in this game. The goal from Eric Juarez Manning was a diving header, and then Noah Coons later responded with a chip over the keeper on a great through ball pass from John Boardman. Marietta will take a free kick here, and never really on target. It'll be very easy for Colin Hoffman in the end. Colin Hoffman, I've spoken about it already multiple times. Been one of the best goalkeepers in the OAC this season, and to think he's only a freshman, and again, just a great, very high on the goalkeeper. Came into training camp in the off season, and junior goalkeeper Max Stamper out for the job, and really hasn't looked back since. Obviously, giving up less than a goal a game when he's in the net, and a very impressive stat for him, especially as a freshman. Ball lifted in for Marietta. And Otterbein retaining the possession here. Palpion trying to get himself open downfield, receive the ball down the sideline, and he'll use his speed to just beat the first defender, and a very poor slide tackle is going to earn a yellow card for number 20 on Marietta. That'll be Noah Liberty, and Liberty looks very upset, as well as the coaching staff for Marietta on the sideline, but really from up here it looked like a call as Pao Piang had really beaten him, and the slide tackle just came in too late. And it looks like it'll be Tiger Pham who steps up to take this one. And again, really just another corner kick type set piece. And they'll look to lift this box. And there it goes. It's going to go front post, and in the end, headed out by Marietta. But Tiger Pham, it's going to be Powell who keeps it in. Lifts it up back into the box. A lot of shuffle. And Tiger, the one who has a shot from very far out and never really had the chance to go away off target. Certainly got 3 points in American football, but nothing to show for it here.
For the Pioneers, number 5, Noah Sellers, and number 15, Josh Baskin.
Marietta will make some substitutions. It'll be number 5, Noah Sellers, and number 15, Josh Baskin, who game. And the ball cleared downfield now from the goal kick for Marietta, and they retain the possession from it. But just as I say that, have won it right back through a throw-in. And Young finds a pass back, but in the end it's a steal for Marietta. But right back into their possession. We'll go for Powell. Taking some great touches. Cuts up through the middle. Finds teammate Nate Norris, but nothing really done with it in the end. But nevertheless, Otterbein still fighting here against Marietta. It's Norris with a great body, and in the end, his teammate Zach Barwick helps him, and the ref going to call an advantage. He'll go through for Pao Piang, and the ref obviously doesn't have to bring it back now as Piang keeps possession, and in the end just taps it off the feet of a Marietta defender. And Otterbein trying to retain possession off the throw-in, but miscommunication there between Powell and number 4, Costa Puelas for Otterbein. But they'll win it back eventually. Juarez Manning, great little touch to retain possession. Pao Piang tried to find him again, but really kind of struggling down here on this near side. Love to see a switch of the ball from really either side to kind of open up the space. And just as I say that, Marietta have begun doing so. But right back this way. And Marietta have earned themselves a throw-in after the header from Zach Barr. And some shifty footwork there for the Marietta side, but really, they've really struggled to create chances in this game, and in the end, it leaves them down 2-0 with 16 minutes to play in the opening half. Otterbein have 2 goals behind Noah Coons and Eric Juarez Manning as Marietta sets up for a set piece and going off and getting the defense organized in the back. It'll be number 13, it looks like. Taylor Reisner steps over this. Excuse me, that was number 20. Noah Liberty who stepped over it. In the end, Marietta will attempt a corner, or a cross, excuse me, but again, not a very good cross. And Colin Hoffman will take the goal kick now for the Cardinals, pushing his team back upfield. Marietta earned themselves a free kick, excuse me, at about their 45-yard line here on the football field in Memorial Stadium in Westerville, Ohio. And Colin Hoffman receives the free kick in the end. And he looks downfield for Noah Coons, who fights for possession, but Marietta outside back does a great job of retaining the possession. But again, another turnover in the midfield, and it's back to Otterbein. And just as I say that, back Marietta's way. The legs of number 6, and now Reisner. Taylor is going to be called off sides in the end. He's really a couple of times for that in this game already. And maybe just a lack of focus, maybe a little bit of frustration for his team so far, being down 2-0. As Palpion tries to force to Nate Norris, but it's stolen away, and Pyong coming back, but called for a foul in the end. Fouling number 17, Andy Rolfs. Ball lifted up in the air. But again, Otterbein really just retaining the possession, and a ball now back towards about midfield, and will retain the possession there. And in the end, Marietta have earned a very questionable free kick at about the 25-yard line, and you can see defender not agreeing with. Well, it's going to be Jaden Lunger who had some words for the official. But either way, here comes the free. He'll chip it into the box. Trying to find Taylor Reed. outside now. Ball lifted for Tiger Pham. And it ends up hitting Pualis in the head. Pao Piang now with possession. Goes to Pualis down the sideline, and this could be a cross, and it is just that. But Marietta ones to respond. But Otterbein will have another here as Pham starts to bring the ball back upfield again, and Norris was bumped, but no call there. But Pham immediately ball back. A great 1-2 between Pham and Pualis. Eventually finds its way back to Pham and all the way outside for Pao Piang. Makes a first touch, makes a couple of shifty moves, cross all inside. Noah Kuhn's going to be the one there, and in the possession for Otterbein now in a very dangerous area. Play the ball outside, a cross comes in for Pualis to Pao Piang. Piang dancing around, but in the end, the official on the far side has given an offsides call. And Piang comes up a little bit shaken, but came back to now and looks to be jogging it off at the same time. And Marietta will get a free kick, but some great build-up play in there, and really a chance that they could have scored and made it 3-0. Of course, the score 2-0 here in the ball game between Otterbein Cardinals and the Marietta Pioneers here on Otterbein TV. And with about 10 minutes to play, it's really been a first half dominated by the Otterbein offense as far as chances did. And you know, Marietta haven't looked the worst, but certainly room for improvement from them, especially offensively. And you know, going into this game, I spoke about Taylor Reisner, who has 21 points, 9 goals on the season. Really haven't seen anything to come from his presence so far in the game outside of a shot in the first 5 minutes or so of play. But here comes Marietta and a shot, but it's a target, and it was really some great footwork from Noah Liberty, the sophomore, just really using some pace to dance around defenders. As it'll be number 13 Blake Steenrod and number 4 Nico Pualis to enter the game. And it'll be Nico Pualis on the possession, going outside for Blake Steenrod. Norris now outside. Steenrod move, but some great defense by Marietta. But again, Marietta the ball over. And Otterbein have another go here as they start to reset. An easy catch for Colin Hoffman in the end. Great idea there from Nico Pualis, but doesn't find Tiger Pham, and finds Marietta, and a Marietta counterattack now in the works, but shut down by the Otterbein defense again. Hauled out of bounds by Pau Paulista. And Otterbein sideline not agreeing with the call, but nevertheless, Marietta will cross the ball, and it's low lying and never had a chance to get to a Marietta player. And they'll look to work again. Pau Paulista. And the ball on a great from a deflected Marietta, but in the end, the ref says it didn't hit a Marietta player. It actually hit a pass. And it's going to be Nico Pualas who receives a yellow card. And from up here, there's nothing physical, so certainly some choice words of some sort to the official, or potentially in the direction of another player that has earned Nico Pualas a yellow card, the senior from Gahanna.
Into the game for the Pioneers, number 4, Robert Felton.
And Robert Felton will check into the game for the Marietta Pioneers. Here with about 6 minutes to play, a 2-0 scoreline for Otterbein. Eric Juarez and Noah Coons getting the goals here in the first half of play. And the scoreline is really told the very accurately. But Otterbein, here they come again. Nico Pualas, Tiger Pham. Ball not quite cleared away yet. In the end, Tiger Pham is going to be the one that has it. Otterbein with some great play and a great little dummy from Nico Pualas, but doesn't get to the Otterbein players, but it does earn them an Otterbein corner. And another corner for Otterbein, and another dangerous set piece that they could counter and score on. Ball lifted in. And in the end, nobody really gets anything on it. It was Eric Juarez Manning who had the header, but never really on target. Looked to be potentially more of a pass than a shot. And Marietta will kick it back towards midfield through goalkeeper Tyler Scholl, who has been tested multiple times tonight by the Otterbein offense, and really can't give him all the credit for allowing 2 goals, but certainly hasn't looked the most impressive today. As Marietta just retaining some possession right now. And very interesting to slow down for Marietta, being down 2 goals. Really early in the game, we saw just a couple of deep balls for counterattacks, but nothing even close to that now. Just really trying to get possession, and well, not even that has really worked for them. Otterbein have controlled the possession for the majority of the game. See the pressure being applied by Otterbein again. Deep ball downfield to Steenrod, but a little too deep. And an easy grab for Scholl for Marietta. And we've just hit 3 minutes left in the first half. A 2-0 scoreline for Otterbein here at Memorial Stadium in Westerville, Ohio. And really the stat line has spoke for itself. Otterbein, majority of the possession, majority of the shots, and certainly the more quality chances created. And they've really earned the 2 goals they've had, and the scoreline really could be even deeper in Otterbein's favor. As Palpion receives the ball after some shifty footwork from Zach Barwick. A nice switch for Marietta. And here they come again. Low-lying cross. Never a chance for Marietta to get a hold of it, though. It'll be Palpion. Some great looking deep downfield for Nico Pualas, but never a chance for Pualas. The ball just too deep from Palpion. For Marietta, taking some possession once again, and just easy possession for Otterbein at this point. With a minute, 12 seconds to go in the half. This game, or this half, excuse me, looks like it'll end 2-0. Assuming nothing dramatic here happens in the final 60 seconds.
1 minute remaining in the first
again,
half, less than 1 minute remaining.
A half that was really dominated by Otterbein. And the scoreline really does tell the truth in this affair so far. And honestly, with some of the chances Otterbein has had, it could be really 3 or 4-0. Nothing much to show for Marietta in the first half, and certainly was manning the sophomore midfielder from Hamilton Township. Put in the first on a diving header off of a cross. And the second one came from junior midfielder Noah Coons from Corning, New York. And have a 2-0 lead here, ending of the first half. And we'll take a quick pause and be back in just a few moments here on Otterbein TV. And we are back here with the second half of action between Marietta and Otterbein here on Otterbein TV in Memorial Stadium in Westerville, Ohio. And, well, this is a game for Otterbein that has started off really picture perfect, a 2-0 lead for them going into this second half. And in the first half, we saw goals from Eric Juarez Manning and no wounds. And really the play of Otterbein has kind of spoke for itself, and the game really kind of the score it's deserved to have so far. Really nothing to show for the Marietta offense in this first half, and really good game. It was Taylor Reisner who I kept speaking for Marietta, who has 21 points in, and 9 of those points coming from goals. But really, he's been shut down. Have a good chance in the first 5 minutes or so in the first half, and for Marietta, you want to see a lot more from them offensively in the second half if they want to get going. But Otterbein look ready to strike here as Marietta takes the opening. And the second half is underway here. And early, just Otterbein controlling the tempo once again, which we really saw almost completely in the first half. A big ball downfield here early that never really finds the feet of Otterbein, but they will retain possession. Eric Juarez Manning. And now Taylor Reisner, the man I spoke about, trying to do something for his team, but once again, really what we saw in the first half, nothing from him. And this Otterbein team, again, trying to retain possession, and again, Marietta with another turnover and a lot of back and forth play here to start this second half of action between Otterbein Cardinals and the Marietta Pioneers here on Otterbein TV. And so far, through the first 45 minutes, it was really all Otterbein as they controlled the game, controlled the tempo, applied the pressure, and in the end found 2 chances and really had a chance to make it 3 or 4 in the first half. And for Marietta, being down 2-0 almost seems fortunate for them, which is certainly hard to think about, considering Marietta was 4th place in the OAC coming into this game. Really, Otterbein in 8th place, and Marietta, on paper, really looked to be the better team, scoring just 4 more goals on the season than the Cardinals. But it's here the Cardinals 2-0, and have really controlled all the possession and all the quality chances on goal, outside of maybe one from Taylor Reisner in the first 5 minutes of play for Marietta. But nevertheless, Otterbein will take the goal kick here through goalkeeper number 0, Colin Hoffman, the freshman who earned the starting job from Max Stamper in the offseason. And what a way to make an impact as a freshman, the 4th best goalkeeper in OAC statistically, only giving up 10 on the season, and really one of the bright stars, not just for Otterbein, but maybe all of the OAC, as Noah Kuhn slammed the ball way past the 50. It's a great punt and a great touch at that from Taylor Reisner. And some shifty play back and forth, but it's Zach Barwick who wins. And Russ File trying to retain for Otterbein, but can't. And Marietta, now here they come again. But the Otterbein defense has been very solid today, forcing turnovers, and really, Marietta not really getting much going once they get into the final third. Great turn there, but Noah Kuhn's always going to have the pace. One of the fastest players, I think, in the OAC, certainly in this matchup. And a great battle back and forth. Eric Juarez, man, really battling. And in the end, it's a frantic clearance from Otterbein. Eric Juarez Manning with a missed touch. Taylor Reisner, he'll go outside. Ball lifted back into the box. Zach Barwick jumps up, wins the header. First, Russ File also retaining the possession. He'll go deep down the field. And the ball didn't look like it was quite out of bounds yet. And in the end, it's going to be a handball call now on Marietta. Or excuse me, maybe they're just calling it a regular throw, and no, it is going to be a free kick, and it looked like he may have grabbed the ball before it had exited the field of play, and it certainly has, and now a free kick position about the 50-yard line for Otterbein. The ball into the box, and Kerner trying to battle for it, but really doesn't get anything from it, and a rollout kick in favor of Marietta at the end of it all. And about 5 minutes passed so far in this half, and still a 2-0 lead. Really, if you're just joining us for the second half, you haven't missed really anything. Just a lot of back and forth play. No real shots on goal or chances created for either side. But Otterbein now look to get going here through Norris, but couldn't get it. Juarez Manning winning it back now to Norris. Now to Pham. All the way outside to Noah Coons. He's got some pace on him. Technique, and in the end, draws a free kick in a very dangerous position at about the 15-yard line. This will be really taken as a corner. You can see Juarez Manning and Pham both on the end of it. You can see the coaches on the sideline for Otterbein spitting some directions at the players, and just based on positioning, you would think Pham would take this with the right foot. But it'll be Juarez Manning who has a shot on goal, but really nothing to show for it. And it was an easy save for Tyler Scholl in the end, but not a decent idea in the end for Juarez Manning to try to have a shot and catch the keeper off guard, but Tyler Scholl very quick to read it. Pretty gave is now. Maybe Kerner trying to get on the end of that one. Marietta retaining possession, and again, the speed of Noah Coons able to track that, and it'll go outside to Norris. And a throw-in earned for Otterbein in the end. Juarez Manning. Great flick over his body.
Camera one, can you zoom in just a little bit? Camera one, can you hear me?
Back and forth play.
Camera one, can you hear me?
And now Marietta.
I'm still on camera two, by the way.
And Marietta with a throw in now.
Diana's going to leave in about 5 minutes. And then after that,
Really just some back and forth between Marietta and Otterbein, and the pace of this game very, very slow to start this second half of play. About 8 minutes gone. Second half, and Otterbein still have a 2-0 lead here. It was Eric Juarez Manning and Noah Coons who got the goals in this game.
Camera two.
And again, really just some more back and forth play between the two sides here in Memorial in Westerville, Ohio. A great ball downfield, and now this is a chance for Marietta, and they've equalized, taken a goal back in this game, and now 2-1. And it's going to be number 17 for Marietta. That'll be Andy Rolfs, the sophomore midfielder from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Marietta goal scored by number 17, Andy Rolfs.
And that is an exceptional goal from Andy Rolfs. Really just taking the ball down the field and slotted it perfectly past Colin Hoffman. Marietta may have finally found a way back into this game after the struggles that they've had in the first half.
I'm still on camera 2. Just seems like it.
Outside, Air Corps manning to Russ 5.
Camera 2, by the way.
In the end, a couple of calls that really both sides believe should have gone in their favor, but play continues on in Otterbein trying to retain the possession, but it's Marietta who have just tried to retain the possession here.
Camera 1, if you can hear me, zoom in as close as you can just on everything. I don't care where you zoom in. Okay, alright, cool. Alright, you can zoom back out.
Ball down downfield for Kerner. Great little turn from Kerner, but
Alright, camera 1, can you
in the end draws the foul, and Juarez Manning going quick for Noah Coons, and Noah Coons called offside, and a very unfortunate play.
Assisted by number 24, Sebastian Ziaha.
zoom in on that player? Zoom in real close, real tight.
Yeah, very unfortunate for Noah Coons.
Back to camera 2. Camera 2 follow the ball.
It's kind of crazy how Marietta found themselves back into this affair after such a dominant performance in the first half. In the second half, been pretty even by most standards, but Marietta, of course, the ones on the score sheet with really the only quality chance of the half. On a goal from Andy Rolfs. And Pham will go out for File. Back to Pham. Back to File. Through to Pham. It's a great ball. And now the cross coming in low and no to it, but in the end, couldn't retain it as it was deflected around the box. But again, Otterbein control the possession.
Real close over on that far side. Zoom in, tighten up your shot a little bit. Beautiful. Alright, I'm going to camera 1.
Here requires Manning trying to make some moves on the far side here, and he's got himself into the box. The cross goes in. It's a little behind. Norris goes to Noah Coons, back across the box. And that was somewhere between a pass and a shot for Noah Coons, and really in the end, I think he'll try to pass that one off as a pass.
Into the game for Marietta, number 14, Zach Johnson.
As Marietta makes a substitution, it'll be number 14, Zach Johnson.
Stay right there with camera 2 following balls against through the air. Camera 2.
Ball cleared.
Beautiful. Good job. Good work, guys.
And Air Quarters Manning retains the possession. Nate Norris took one in the stomach or groin, somewhere around there. But soon back to him. Hopped quickly back up to his feet. Now he has the ball. He'll go outside, and you can see feeling the full effects of what looks like a ball to the groin. And for really any man out there, I'm sure you know what that's felt like one or two times, and that is not something that feels good. As ball cleared out of bounds, and Norris still running slightly awkwardly as he runs back. But nevertheless, Marietta controlling the throw-ins and controlling the possession in Otterbein's territory.
Camera 2 follow the ball once it's right after that. Camera 1, you zoom right back in.
A deep throw into the box. The shot comes in, but it's blocked. But then another chance. Slow lying and never really had a chance to get into the back of the net. And Colin Hoffman will retain the possession. And a 2-0, or excuse me, 2-1 scoreline here. It was Eric Juarez Manning and Noah Coons who got goals in the first half. And then for Marietta, it was Andy Ruffles, who got the goal here for Marietta. Now a 2-1 scoreline. Noah Coons using some pace through the middle of the field here. He'll drop it to Norris. And the deep ball for Filer. Ooh, a little bit of footwork from Filer. In the lifts it, crosses it in low. And a foul earned. And a free kick now. And they'll treat this one certainly just like a corner. The ball lifted into the box. Here it comes. Gavin Kerner gets his head on it. Not a lot. And Tyler Scholl wanted to go quick with it, but didn't really have the opportunity, so he'll slow it down. Let Marietta's players get upfield, and now punts the ball downfield. And it's been some interesting play in this second half so far as another deep ball goes to Nelson. You know, really Otterbein's offense in this second half, and really in the first half, to be fair, revolves around these wing runs, and it's an interesting strategy, and really it's worked out for them so far in this game, but I think they're going to have to adapt and maybe have some more play through the middle of the field if they want to hold on to this lead, because Marietta really looked to be the dominating side in this half. Points, certainly they scored the goal in this half, which helps, I guess. It's there, but it'll be throwing now for Marietta. Of course, the Pioneers came into this game 9-7-1, 4-3-0, while Otterbein, really a down year for them, 7-6-3, with an OAC record of 2-4-1. And really, Otterbein's chances at OAC play are pretty much over, as Marietta almost equalized there through the head of their infielder, but again, really a down year for the Otterbein Cardinals.
Again for the Pioneers, number 13, Taylor Reisner, and number 16, Anthony Akio.
In, you know, what has been, again, just kind of a disappointing year for the Otterbein Cardinals, and some Marietta, it'll be Taylor Reisner, enters, you know, forwards in the OAC. May find Taylor Reisner here, and he does, and it was really an attempted 1-2 pass. It didn't really. Noah Coons takes a good. And in the end, it's going to be Marietta who win the free kick after Noah Coons falls on the ball and touches it with his hand, and he felt he was fouled, which is why he went to ground, but doesn't get that call. Great ball in the back post for Marietta, but just never got what he wanted on it, and the ref is going to because it was blocked. So now a corner kick going to be coming up for Marietta's. The head ref is going to walk over to the sideline official, who looks to be giving some words to the main official. Now the main official walking towards the bench. And a yellow card awarded to, I'm assuming, the bench of Otterbein. And the ref pointed out a player, and I couldn't really see who it was. But either way, nothing that really impacts the game too much. As we turn our attention back to Marietta. who will be taking this corner kick and hopes that they can equalize in this game. Ball lifted in. Norris heads it away. Pham chasing out there to try and receive it. And a great block from Pham. Juarez Manning. And the advantage now being played. And a free kick called for Marietta at about the 20-yard line. And honestly, kind of skeptical of that call. Really didn't look like much, at least from the press box here. But nevertheless, Marietta will get the corner kick. Ball played in, and easy for Colin Hoffman in the end. So back and forth play for Otterbein. Earns them in the end, and really, Marietta have started to take control here in this second half. And really looking like the team that we expected them to be going into the game, and certainly on paper as currently the fourth seed in the OAC, coming in at 4-3, and only teams above them in the OAC are, of course, Capital, our rivals, who 4-1-2. We got Ohio Northern then with no losses, 5 wins, and 2 draws, and then John Carroll do them one better with 6 wins and only 1 draw, and of course, no losses for them. Ball whipped in, and kind of a scary touch there from the Otterbein defender. Looked like Boardman. And Colin Hoffman looked like he was going to come out. But John Boardman kind of did his own thing, attempting a clearance, but it wasn't very good in the end. Goes deep down the field. Gavin Kerner takes a big forward. And really not much to show, for Gavin Kerner, really, either. We kind of talked about how Taylor Reisner has been fairly ineffective, but, Gavin Kerner really not much for his team in this game. As Colin Hoffman receives the ball, and Colin Hoffman this year, well, he's lost a tooth during his season at Otterbein in net, and that was game on September 14th against Bluffton, where just really, I believe it was either an elbow or a head, I believe, on a corner kick to the head of Colin Hoffman, and came out from the injury clutching his tooth as a foul called on Marietta, and it'll be an Otterbein kick, and you can see the Marietta bench act in a very poor manner, very upset. And here comes the head official, who yellow cards the coach and tells his coach no more of that. And the rest been no today. And Marietta's head coach Joe Burgent having a discussion with the head official right now, and the head official really looks to be, really having none of it. As now, looks like he may walk over to the Otterbein side. Excuse me, it looks like he's actually walked over to the line official and just given line official a few words to say. Maybe just kind of a precautionary thing as far as what he expects from the sidelines for the rest of this affair, but finally, this free taken after some verbal exchanges between both teams and the officials. And the game kicks off again with 23 minutes to play. It's going to be Otterbein here, still leading 2-1, despite a second half that has really been in control for Marietta. And of course, Marietta scoring the only goal of this half so far through Andy Rolfs. Gavin Kerner trying to find his teammate Noah Coons down the sideline, but really couldn't. This foul will be the one. Takes a now, Gavin Kerner has a shot, but it's blocked. He'll get a second chance here. Shot. And that'll turn into a corner now for Otterbein. As 3 subs enter the game for the Otterbein Cardinals. It'll be Eric Stuckey, number 11, Kyle Kmetch, and number 6, Blake Steenrod. And of course, Eric Stuckey, a freshman here from Brecksville, Broadview Heights. Seen a lot of players come in today, and of course, the leading pointsman for Otterbein, Tristan Kovac, has not been in the game today. Great ball downfield. And possession retained by Marietta. A corner that they've earned, and now they've got a real chance. A couple crowd applauses for Marietta as they earn the corner, and fans from Marietta certainly traveling for their team. Really impressive to see on a weeknight game here in Westerville. Otterbein doing a great job defending the corner, though. So Marietta will have to attack again from a different angle. And really some great retention. Marietta, and in the end, they've earned themselves a throw-in. Or excuse me, Otterbein is the one that have earned the throw-in, but
back into the game for the Cards, number 9, Pao Piang.
it'll be a substitution for Otterbein. It'll be number 9, Pao Piang, who re-enters the game. Russ File. And Pao Piang really yet to make an impact in this game, and you'd love to see him do something of substantial value for this Otterbein team. The freshman who started a couple games and now comes off the bench to make an impact. And although he is a freshman, he's certainly one of the players that an impact this year. One of the 5 players on Otterbein who are tied with 3 goals.
Back into the game for the Cards, number 7, Nate Norris.
And it'll be Nate Norris now who re-enters the game for Eric Juarez Manning. And Greg Darcy signaling to him as soon as he got to the sideline, maybe just quick break and then you're back into the action. At least that's what it looked like from up here. And another throw in now for Marietta. Palpion now with possession. Just taking his time, a nice little touch, and as he gets around some defenders, but in the end, defenders for him. As we go to Tiger. Now to Steenrod, who goes deep. Field now to Kyle Kmek. And Palpion retains the possession, has a shot, but a foul called, and Eric Stuckey winning the ball now. And Marietta with a really good chance on goal there, but in the end, Otterbein still 4 of this lead.
Into the game for the Pioneers, number 15, Josh Baskin.
15 minutes to go here. Or, really 15 and a half or so left. 2-1 lead for Otterbein still. Behind 2 goals in the first half from Eric Juarez Manning, and really this whole second half though has belonged to Marietta, and at this point it's kind of just damage control. Palpion chasing the ball downfield. Nate Norris battling for the ball, does it perfectly, and Palpion now trying to take his time. A great cross in, and it's headed away, but not completely clear yet, as Steenrod's going to win that ball back. Goes back to Pal. The Pal due to some great defense. Trying to find Taylor Reed's side, but he can't find it. Great steal. And again, they try to find players downfield. That was Colin Hoffman who took the hit from Marietta number 14, Zach Johnson. And, you know, he knew it was a foul. He apologized to the goalkeeper, and really all good, and no surprises there. Certainly can't hit the goalkeeper in really any scenario, and it's not going to be called a foul. And certainly he understands that. Kyle Kmek, header, but he doesn't. And Noah Coons with a great dummy and some speed to show to retain the possession. And in the end, he's earned Otterbein a corner, and some great footwork by Noah Coons. He may have lost possession, but he doesn't. He retains it the whole time and forces the corner in the end, and now it'll be Eric Stuckey who takes the here on the near side from where I'm currently. Stuckey takes the corner, but really nothing to show for the corner. Steenrod will go back out to Kyle Kmek. Kyle Kmek battling for the ball and loses it. And Marietta now will get the possession once again here in a fairly chilly night in Westerville, Ohio. Certainly jacket weather. And I've got a jacket and pants on for this affair currently at nighttime. Currently 8:38. Like I spoke about the weather being cold, it is currently 49 degrees, just under that 50-degree mark that really a lot of people would start to consider bundling up. And it certainly has been that kind of night. And it's 2-1, of course, in favor of Otterbein. Minutes to play here in the half. Marietta have for the majority of the second half, but really recently Otterbein have started to take control back here as Marietta becomes desperate for goals. Here comes Pao Pyong. You can see the jersey being tugged, and that is certainly going to be a yellow card. And that'll be a yellow card, no question about it. I mean, Pao Pyong uses that speed and just really just beat the defender with multiple steps, a quick little touch around him, and it was really a forced pull and a forced tug in the end. A free kick now for Otterbein. Ball lifted in to the box, but Tyler Scholl gets there easily in the end. Some attention now. Ball from Marietta, but Nate Norris really just no-nonsense defending, just takes the ball right back. Eric Stuckey now to Pao Pyong, who loses it. It'll be Warwick who just kicks it out in the end, and now 2 substitutions. It'll be Eric Juarez Manning and Gavin, who into the game for Noah Coons and Kyle Kamek. And for Greg in this game, and really with just under 11 minutes to play, this looks like a game that they are looking to roll and win. It's obviously not over with 10 minutes to play. That's still a lot of time for something to happen for Marietta to get a goal, or maybe even 2 and win a game. But I really don't see that happening. I think another goal for Marietta would really be a blessing for them. For the most part, Otterbein have controlled the game. There was certainly the first part of this half that Marietta really did control the pace for a while, and they eventually got a goal because of it. They were rewarded for their hard work. But as Otterbein have really showed the dominance we saw in the first half, and it's no real surprise. Really, to me at least. I mean, certainly on paper, Marietta were the better team coming in as far as the records and some of the stats had shown. This Otterbein team, they've played very well here at home, especially, and talking about their record at home, really winning a majority of their games. They really only lost, I believe, 2 games at home all season. So, pretty good record for them at home. And they're looking to extend their mark in the wins column here with 9 minutes to play. As Colin Hoffman taking his time with this kick. And finally, he does boot it. It's a nice kick all the way down to 35. Again, what we saw early from Marietta in this game was a lot of just kicking Taylor Reisner, and kind of looks like more of the same here. And certainly very frantic play for Marietta. Just, not having a lot of time left. That's kind of the only thing they really can do. Really just try and force the play into Otterbein territory. Otterbein have done a great job of defending and holding on to the possession and having a slow build-up that, not only gives them a good chance on goal at some points, but more than anything else at this point really just bleeds out the clock. Or, you see plays like they've just, cleared the ball, and that'll take a couple seconds off the clock, about 15 to 20 by the time they send the ball back in. And again, another substitution. It'll be Noah Coons and Ross File into the game for Eric Stuckey and Pao Piong. So the two freshmen exit the game with not really a huge impact for either of the players, and Pao Piong had a couple of good touches in the game, but overall just decent play from the two. Ball lifted into the box for the Marietta free kick, and Noah Coons is going to be the one that clears this one. And it's going to be Kerner, who tries to just hold on to the ball. Now to Tiger Pham, now to Noah Coons, and a big ball downfield. And he's earned himself a throw-in. In the end, it'll be Noah Coons who takes it. Goes deep for Eric Juarez Manning, who loses it. Some great defense, gets the ball back for Noah Coons, and in the end, it's going to be a kick call. And he does not agree, and you can see Noah Coons a little bit frustrated with the call, and I have to agree with the player in this case. That certainly looked like it came off a Marietta player, and you can see Noah Coons really gave up that play, because he really thought it was a corner, and certainly potentially a blown call free, but I don't think it'll have a big impact on this game. Ross File receives the ball. He'll keep it in, and they'll have a chance now to send in a corner. Nate Norris trying to do something with it. And in the end, he'll go all the way back for Zach Barwick. Going to Tiger Pham, out of Boardman. A deep ball in for Kerner, but it's over in the end. Really misjudged it. And Tyler Schultz will get it with 5 minutes and 16 seconds left on the game clock. Still a 2-1 lead for Otterbein here. And what has been a fairly slow half. A lot of chances for either side, and really that's just kind of due to the play that Otterbein has had. They've been very defensive, protecting the lead that they've got. And certainly the best thing to do tactically for Gary and his side, but for the purpose of entertainment, probably the most boring style of play. But here comes Marietta back down the field with a chance. And a great tackle on Boardman. That is some fantastic defending. And a deep ball now to Marietta's players. Really only to Marietta's players. And a great little touch there. As Ross File now has received it, running towards the corner flag. Doesn't win the race, but he will earn himself a throw-in. And possession again. Otterbein. Pham trying to go to Nate Norris, and in the end, Nate Norris earns a free kick for Otterbein. Ball taken. It's very deep for Ryle, who tries to keep it in with a header. But in the end, Tyler Schultz takes the goal kick. And here comes the Marietta the Marietta offense once again, but the Otterbein defense really doing another good job. Noah Coons trying to take his touch there. Doesn't get it. And a throw in now for Marietta. And he's going to have to rethrow that a little too far down the line for the ref's liking. But takes it again quickly. And really a poor ball there from Marietta. Otterbein throwing the ball deep downfield. Noah Coons retaining possession, trying desperately to find a player, but in the end it's going to be Marietta who have another chance here and a blocked shot, and Marietta end up getting the possession again. He'll go back to Tyler Schultz with just about 2 minutes to play. Marietta will be throwing probably about 9 players forward, really, to try and get a goal here. Pham who wins the ball. Now to Eric Juarez Manning. Pham tried to receive the 1-2 pass, but Juarez Manning never got it. And now back down we go for Marietta. Marietta lifting the ball into the box, but Noah Coons wins it. Kerner tries to retain and just hold the ball, but he can't do so in the end. And now here comes Marietta again. Back through Noah Liberty. But Juarez Manning wins that. Straight up in the air. Kerner battling with the center back. Juarez Manning with a big punt downfield. And Tyler Schultz with a very short kick. Not a very good one. But Otterbein really can't do anything from the missed kick. But they certainly would have wanted to. Now a minute left. 2-1. And a foul called on Otterbein.
1 minute remaining in regulation. Less than 1 minute remaining.
And now Marietta, with 55 seconds and dropping, will get really a corner, and they're throwing all the numbers forward. You can see the goalie has now entered the box for Marietta. This is what is likely the last offensive chance for them here with 40 seconds to go. You can see the down low, the ball lifted in. And in the end, I see who they're going to call. It's going to be a goal kick. And with 22 seconds to go, this game really all but over. As substitution, Kerner will come off for the final time tonight, and it'll be Costa Puilas who enters the game for the final 13 seconds of play. And what a game. As you can see, Kerner
10,
hurt on the sideline.
8, 7,
Noah Coons keep it in.
5, 4,
And he won't.
3,
But
2,
nevertheless,
1.
the clock bleeds out, and Otterbein here have won the game with a final score of 2-1. Marietta Pioneers and Otterbein Cardinals here at Memorial Stadium in Westerville, Ohio. And really a game that for the most part was dominated by Otterbein, and really a first saw Otterbein in complete control. I mean, certainly in the first 15 to 20 minutes or so, we saw Marietta take control of this second half, and you know, they were rewarded a goal for their hard work, and they certainly had earned it, but it was Otterbein who controlled the last part of the second half, and in the end, they've earned themselves a win here that will advance them to 8-6-3 on the season with a 3-4-1 record here in the OAC. And for Marietta, they'll go to 9-8-1 with an OAC record of 4-4. So for Otterbein, they'll have one more game left in the regular season, and you know, certainly not in contention at this point. Start of the game of Otterbein men's soccer here on Otterbein TV in Westerville, Ohio. Have a good night.